Lie number 8 that type 2 diabetics are told and believe is that they really would do best if they were eating a plant-based diet full of whole grains, lots of fruits, and avoiding saturated fat, red meat, egg yolks. This is one of the most dangerous and devastating lies that type 2 diabetics believe. This will never give you a normal A1C. Now, if you're currently eating just a junk filled standard American diet, teenager diet, full of chips and candy bars and drinking Coke and Pepsi all day, every day, then converting to a plant based diet or even a vegan diet is probably going to improve your levels of inflammation and your A1C and your blood sugar levels. Yes, it probably will. But I have yet to see someone on a predominantly plant-based diet who's avoiding red meat and eggs have a normal A1C. I just don't think it's possible to do that. You can improve your A1C, but you're never going to have a normal A1C unless you're eating a proper human diet that includes fatty seafood, fatty red meat, and fatty egg yolks. It is mandatory for you to have an A1C that is normal. Lie number 9 that many type 2 diabetics believe, and this includes you undiagnosed type 2 diabetics as well, because they're out there, millions of them, is that you have to be overweight or obese or morbidly obese in order to even be a type 2 diabetic, and this is absolutely untrue. Absolutely untrue. You can be a skinny type 2 diabetic or a normal weight type 2 diabetic, and in many cases this is the most dangerous type to be because you run around with your undiagnosed type 2 diabetes for decades before you break an ankle and wind up in the ER and they just happen to check your blood sugar and it's 400, and you've been doing damage to every organ, every little blood vessel in your body for decades before you find out. And that's why I encourage everyone over the age of 35 or 40 to get your A1C checked, even if you have no family history of type 2 diabetes, even if you have no symptoms of type 2 diabetes. At least once a year, get your hemoglobin A1C checked so that if you are becoming pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic, which can be completely silent, you can have no indication that your hemoglobin A1C is 7 or 8. The only way you can know is to check the A1C. Please do that because you can be a regular size type 2 diabetic or even a skinny, bony type 2 diabetic. Lie number 10 that type 2 diabetics believe, and they believe this because they're told this by their doctor or by the American Diabetes Association or other medical governing bodies, is that as long as your hemoglobin A1C is under 7, it's perfect. You're doing great. You're at no risk of complications. You're going to live to be 110, and all your body parts keep working. This is a dastardly lie because it's not true. It's a big fat lie. And guess who's going to suffer because of this lie? Not the ADA, not your doctor. You, my friend, you're the one who's going to suffer when you think, well, my A1C 6.9, that's under 7. My doctor said that was perfect. I don't have to worry about anything. Keep eating what I want and take these pills every day or maybe this injection, and I'm good to go. I'll live to be 100. No, no, sir. No, ma'am. You won't. You will die anywhere from 20 to 30 years prematurely, and it won't be a nice, peaceful death where you go in your sleep. You'll go without body parts. You'll go on dialysis. You'll go blind. It's not going to be pretty. A normal hemoglobin A1C is 5.6 or lower. And on the screen, I'll put up the European conversion for that because I can never remember it. But if your A1C is even 1/10 of a point above 5.6, it is not perfect, my friend. It is not even good. It is bad. Okay? Now, the higher your A1C, the worse it is. There's no doubt about that. But even a A1C 1/10 of a point high is increasing your risk of all of the disastrous complications that come from type 2 diabetes. So please, 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 I implore you, do not believe this lie. Question your healthcare provider, question your dietitian, and say, you know, actually, I'd like to have a normal A1C because I feel like that's healthier, and I also feel like I deserve to have a normal A1C. And finally, lie number 11, the bonus lie, is that the reason you're a type 2 diabetic is because your pancreas has burned out and it's just not making enough insulin anymore. Again, this is a dastardly lie because many Type 2 diabetics think, well, I'm screwed. There's nothing I can ever do to reverse this. I'll have to keep taking my insulin injection and these 3 pills that my doctor gave me. When the truth of the matter is, with just 2 tests, if you're not injecting insulin, ask your doctor for a fasting insulin test. If you are injecting insulin, ask your doctor for a C-peptide test. These tests will tell you immediately not only if your pancreas is still making insulin, but if it's making too much insulin, aka hyperinsulinemia. And if you are truly a type 2 diabetic, guess what you're going to also have? Hyperinsulinemia, which is just as dangerous as having high blood sugar. And this is going to, again, turn your cart in a 180-degree direction and focus all of your energy, all of your attention, all of your motivation, and all of your money on your diet, because that's how you're going to reverse your type 2 diabetes. And if you see, oh, I've got hyperinsulinemia, there's only one way you're ever going to get that back to normal, my friend, and that's with a very low carbohydrate, proper human diet. So many type 2 diabetics believe one or more of these myths or lies. I like to call them lies because their ultimate effect is to devastate and destroy someone's health and life. So to me, that's a lie, don't you think?
Annotated and summarized, easy to share with loved ones. The description below the title for this video has these summary points.